All right, today I'm working on a issue with my 83 Mustang. I have a C5 transmission in my car, and basically what I'm going to do is replace the neutral safety switch on my car. The car has left me stranded a few times. Normally I don't worry much about this type of stuff, but I'm going to put a new one on. Simply also because of a few things. The plugs don't hold anymore and some other stuff on the old one. And as you can see, all this thing does is make sure the car is in park, right? So if you look, it just turns different positions, which is the different, positions of the transmission selector in the car. So that's all it does. All it cares is that it's sending a signal that allows power to go through the starter solenoid. That's all this is doing, nothing more than that. These instructions again would work for a 79 through a 93 Mustang Foxbody with a automatic. The part would be a little bit different on this, but it doesn't matter. The same steps and process would be followed. So this is fairly straightforward. While I say that, there are some adjustments you have to do. You can see that here, these screw holes allow for this to shift a tad bit. So there is a chance that, and my car, by the way, does start fine on level ground. It's when the car is at an angle and the thing just moves a tad bit, and plastic is fragile on it. So that's my concern. It's great if the car is always flat, but there's always a chance you would park on a hill with this car. And so then what I'll have to do is adjust it to make sure it works. I put the car up. You just have to. I have a driveway with a slope, obviously. I just lifted the car up enough for me to get underneath the transmission, and film it as I'm going. But I'm gonna go ahead and put a new safety, neutral safety switch on this car. You can see there is the neutral safety selector and the wire hanging down here. So I'm going to go ahead. And I'm happy it's not full of fluid because I did some work on it. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. If you look here, I've already marked my transmission selector, and this is the cable that just goes up to the selector in the car. But I've already marked it. But I'm going to go ahead. If you haven't marked it, you would mark it before you take this off. This looks like it's actually sliding a tad bit, so I may have another issue here as well. But again, you have to take this off, the two screws that hold it, and then there's the kick signal that when you obviously floor the car, it sends a signal to the transmission, and you have to take that off as well. Now that only goes on one way, so that's just not hard. But again, not a horrible thing. You don't need to lift your car up really high to do this. All right. To replace the tools you will need to replace your neutral safety switch on your 79 to 93 Mustang is you will need a 9/16 wrench, 1/2 inch wrench. You will need a flathead screwdriver, some Loctite, and a socket, 3/8 socket. And if you notice on mine, this is one of the smaller sockets. You don't have a lot of space, so you have to have a smaller socket to get in there. Other than that, a flashlight, and that's how basic this is and how simple it is. So this is the old switch, the neutral safety switch, and it's like gooed up and it's making clicking noise. And if you look at it, the rubber is dissolving, probably from leaking and dirt. Look at this, this is just gross. So yeah, this needed to be replaced, and it's really doesn't sound right when you turn it. All right, so we put the new one on. Make sure your transmission's in park. That's going to be all the way forward, and make sure you double check that. When I say all the way forward, this needs to be, if you look, all the way forward. So you want to double check that when you put it on. So So what I did on this is took a first guess, and you just barely tighten the screws down, which I did, and I got lucky, and as you will see in this video, I put the car in park, it immediately started up. I put it in neutral, it wouldn't start. That's how you know it's working. So I got lucky that these screws went right into where I want. If your car didn't start, what you would do is unloosen. If your car didn't start immediately, you would just basically loosen these two screws here, and you would adjust this and rock it around until it starts in park. It generally isn't that hard, but it's that simple. That little adjustment's all you need to make this work. So I went ahead and tightened everything down. Car starts, won't start in neutral like it's supposed to, and now I'm just good to go.
So if you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button below. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell if you want some notifications. See you next time on Chasing Mustangs.
Thanks.
All right.
Great job.
Yeah, I see it like literally every day.